I want to go down to Austin. We, of course, were watching that Baylor or that K-State Texas game in the press box last week. Tim obviously had a much different view, but let's talk about the Longhorns real quick. Quinn Ewers this week has been upgraded from questionable to day-to-day. Presumably, he could be back on the field when the Longhorns face TCU on Saturday. I haven't seen an update since I came up with this question. But how much of a difference can Ewers make for this UT team down the stretch? Zach, you've been
right.
ringing that bell for the Longhorns. What do you say?
Yeah, give me some burnt orange. Give me a burnt orange jersey. I mean, obviously, I think he is a game changer. I don't think they can compete for the Big 12 or a college football playoff spot without him. I think he is kind of that X factor that takes the Longhorns from a really, really, really good team to a national power. That being said, this week against TCU, I kind of would be surprised if we saw him. If I told you at the beginning of the season that next week's game at Iowa State would be more difficult than this week's game against TCU, that would, I think, be surprising. But like I said, I think he is the guy that takes them to the next level. So, but yeah, I don't think we'll see him this week, and I still think the Longhorns are going to win. But going forward, he's the key to them making a national title run.
Yeah, Tim, you obviously saw the Longhorns up close last week. What's kind of your take?
I like Malik Murphy a lot. I think that there is a great deal of potential, but you could see last week once K-State kind of got themselves into a formation where they had a point man deep to kind of keep the long bombs at bay, which kind of got K-State in trouble early in the game and kind of got them behind the 8 ball. And then once they started to pressure Murphy just a little bit, his accuracy is not up to snuff. I think that if Ewers would have been in that game last week, K-State wouldn't have been able to make the comeback that they did, because that hole would have been much deeper. I think we're probably looking at like a 28 point hole by halftime, opposed to just the 10 points that they were in. He is special, and I think even just for the experience, take away the fact that he is one of the more gifted passers in the country, just the experience that he has, just the extra year. That Texas team is so talented that you just give someone that has kind of been around the block for just a little bit, it kind of raises them to that next level.
Yeah. John, I mean, we saw Texas kind of after Colt McCoy really start to sort of decline in its level of quarterback. And, and then they got Ellinger, and he was, Ellinger was pretty good, but, I think Ewers is a step up from him, right?
Yeah, last year, when we saw him, I wasn't that impressed, but man, he's gotten a lot better this year. And, they've really leaned on him to be a leader on this team. He's been very accurate, doesn't throw many interceptions. I think they could, especially if he comes back, I think they'll win their last 3 games. It's not that tough of a schedule left for them. TCU, Iowa State, and Texas Tech. But yeah, I think they're going to make the Big 12 championship game, and I think he's going to be a key.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. I think he has certainly elevated his level of play in a major way. And they need. I'm with you, Zach. They need him back if they want serious CFP aspirations. He needs to be there. So